My wife bragged to her friends, "I found a younger man who actually has energy." I overheard everything. I didn't argue, I just hired the best divorce attorney in town and updated my will. Her face when she was served papers at her boy toy's apartment was, "I, 52 male, came home early from a business trip last Tuesday. Flight got canceled, rebooked on an earlier one. Got home around 3 p.m. instead of 8 p.m. like I'd told my wife, 48. House was quiet. Her car was in the driveway. Figured she was upstairs. Started heading up to surprise her when I heard her voice coming from our bedroom. On the phone, laughing, loud. Something made me stop on the landing. Maybe the tone. Maybe the laugh I hadn't heard in months. I just stopped. "Girl, I'm telling you, 32 has been the best decision I've made in years." My wife's voice, clear as day. "He's got stamina for days. Not like some people who need a nap after 10 minutes. Ice water in my veins." Her friend must have said something because she laughed again. "Oh please, he doesn't suspect a thing. Too busy with his precious investments and golf trips. Honestly, I've been happier these past 4 months than I've been in a decade." You should see his apartment though. Typical bachelor pad, but who cares when he looks like that shirtless? And the things he does with his... She lowered her voice, but I heard enough. Another pause. "Meeting him Thursday at 6. He's cooking dinner. Well, dinner. You know what I mean." More giggling. "No, trust me, he's worth it. I told him I'm at book club." As if anyone actually reads at those things. It's just an excuse to drink wine anyway, so I walked back downstairs. Quiet. Grabbed my suitcase. Got back in my car. Drove to a hotel. Sat in that hotel room for 3 hours. Didn't cry. Didn't rage. Just processed. 23 years of marriage. 2 kids, both adults now, living their own lives. A house we built together. Retirement plans we discussed last month over dinner. And she was screwing a 32-year-old while mocking me to her friends. Called my attorney friend at 6:30 p.m. Got a referral to the best divorce lawyer in the state. Called that number at 6:45 p.m. Had an appointment scheduled for Wednesday morning at 9 a.m. Then I called my financial advisor. Emergency meeting, Wednesday at 2 p.m. Finally texted my wife at 7 p.m. Flight delayed. Stuck at airport, probably staying overnight. See you tomorrow. Her response, "Okay honey, safe travels, love you, love you." Right. Wednesday morning, I met with the attorney. Her name doesn't matter. What matters is she's a shark. Showed up to our consultation with a plan already forming. Laid everything out. 23-year marriage. I'd built a successful consulting business from scratch, currently valued around $2.3 million. House worth about 850 Qley, mortgage paid off. Retirement accounts, investment properties. She knew all the numbers. I'd never hidden anything. My wife, she'd worked part-time as an interior designer early in our marriage, stopped around 15 years ago. Been a homemaker since, though our kids had been out of the house for 6 years now. She volunteered, did yoga, met friends for lunch. I'd never questioned it, supported it actually. Figured she'd earned the easy life after raising our kids. Turns out she'd been earning something else entirely. "I need evidence," the attorney said. "Audio recording isn't enough in this state for infidelity claims. Need proof of the affair. I know where she'll be Thursday at 6 p.m. Then we hire a PI, today." By Wednesday afternoon, I had retained the best divorce attorney in the state, hired a private investigator, met with my financial advisor to restructure everything legally before filing, updated my will to remove my wife as beneficiary, everything goes to our kids instead, opened a new bank account and started redirecting my business income there. Changed all my passwords. Thursday I told my wife I had a client dinner. She practically lit up. "That's fine. I have book club anyway." "Have fun," I said. "Oh, I will," she replied. Didn't even try to hide the smile. The PI followed her to an apartment complex downtown, Unit 304. Photographed her arriving at 6:07 p.m. Empty-handed. No book, no wine, nothing you'd bring to book club. She left at 11:43 p.m. Hair messier. Different clothes than she'd worn when she left. The PI got photos of her and lover boy at the door. Him kissing her goodbye, her hand on his chest. Got the full report Friday morning, 53 photos, timestamps on everything. Called my attorney, we're good to file. I'll have the papers ready by Monday. Where do you want her served? I thought about it. Can we serve her at his apartment? Next time she goes there? Long pause. Then my attorney laughed, cold laugh. I liked her more in that moment. Oh, we absolutely can arrange that. Tuesday evening, week after I'd overheard that phone call, my wife headed out at 5:45 p.m. Book club again. We're discussing that new thriller everyone's reading. Which one? She blinked. The one about the missing girl? There were about 15 books fitting that description. Sounds interesting. Have fun. The PI confirmed she arrived at Loverboy's apartment at 6:03 p.m. Texted my attorney, she's there. Process server showed up at 6:47 p.m. The PI got it all on video. Server knocked. Loverboy answered. Confusion on his face. My wife appeared behind him, still in her nice outfit. Smiled at the door like maybe it was a delivery. Server, I'm looking for wife's name. Her smile faded. That's me? You've been served. Handed her the papers. She took them automatically, stared at the envelope, then opened it. I watched the video later. Her face went from confused to pale to red in about 15 seconds. She looked at Loverboy, at the papers, at the server. What is this? Divorce petition. Have a good evening. Server left. My wife stood there in the doorway, papers shaking in her hands. Loverboy trying to look over her shoulder, asking what's wrong. She started screaming. Full volume. He can't do this. He can't just. How did he know I was here? The PI packed up after that, sent me the video within an hour. I watched it twice, then poured myself a whiskey. First time I'd felt anything close to satisfaction in a week. Update 1. 3 days later. My phone started ringing at 7:23 p.m. Tuesday. My wife? I didn't answer. She called 16 more times. I blocked the number. She showed up at our house at 9:15 p.m. I'd changed the locks that afternoon. Legally questionable, maybe, but the house is in my name only. Bought it before we married. My attorney said I could claim I felt unsafe with her having a key while she was clearly involved with someone else. Watched from the upstairs window as she tried her key. Then tried it again. Then started banging on the door. Open this door right now. I opened the bedroom window. Go to a hotel, we'll communicate through attorneys. You can't lock me out of my house. It's my house, purchased in 1997, 4 years before we married. Check the deed. I've lived here for 23 years. And you'll get compensated for that in the divorce settlement, through your attorney. Speaking of, you should probably hire one. You son of a... I closed the window, turned off the lights. Sat in the dark, listening to her scream for another 20 minutes before she finally left. Got a call the next morning. Her brother. Bro, what the hell? My sister's devastated. She's at our mom's place crying her eyes out. Your sister's been cheating on me for at least 4 months with a guy young enough to be her son. I have photos, so maybe save the devastated speech. She said you overreacted to her having a friend. A friend she was meeting at his apartment at night while lying about book club? A friend she was bragging about screwing to her girlfriends while mocking my stamina? Silence. Yeah, thought so. We're done here. Hung up. Thursday afternoon my attorney called. Her lawyer contacted us. She wants to talk things out before proceeding. Thinks you're overreacting. Overreacting. Direct quote. Also claims she made a mistake and it didn't mean anything. Tell her lawyer my terms. She gets whatever the state mandates for a 23-year marriage minus any consideration for infidelity. I'm not negotiating. I'm not mediating. I'm not counseling. We file, we divide assets, we're done. You're going to lose some assets, the house appreciation during the marriage, portion of retirement accounts, possibly spousal support. I know, I'm not doing this to keep everything. I'm doing this to be done with someone who treated our marriage like a joke. Whatever I lose financially is worth not spending another day pretending I don't know what she is. My attorney paused. All right then, I'll convey your position. Friday night, my wife started texting from a new number. Must have gotten a burner phone. We need to talk face to face. Please just listen to me. I made a mistake, but we can fix this. Think about our kids. What will they think? You're throwing away 23 years over one mistake? I replied once. You threw it away when you screwed someone else. We communicate through lawyers only. Block that number too. Saturday morning, both kids called. Our daughter, 26, first. Dad, Mom called me crying. She said you locked her out and filed for divorce without warning. What's going on? Your mother's been having an affair for at least 4 months. I found out last week. I'm divorcing her. I'm sorry you're in the middle of this. What? She's been seeing a 32-year-old man. I have photos, timestamps, everything. She was served the papers at his apartment. Long silence. Are you serious? Completely. Oh my God. Oh my God. She told me you were having some kind of midlife crisis and imagining things. I have photographic evidence. When you're ready, I'll show you. But only if you want to see it. This is between me and your mother. I don't want you kids picking sides. I need to process this. I'll call you later. Our son, 24, called an hour after that. His conversation was shorter. Mom said you're divorcing her. That's correct. She said it's a misunderstanding. It's not. She had an affair. I'm done. You're an adult. You don't need details unless you want them. Do you have proof? Yes. Then I support your decision. This sucks, Dad. I'm sorry. Me too, kid. That evening my wife showed up again, this time with her mother, both of them on my porch. I opened the door but left the chain on. What? Her mother started immediately. You need to stop this foolishness right now. She made a mistake, but you don't throw away a marriage over. Your daughter cheated on me for months, mocked me to her friends, lied repeatedly. I'm divorcing her. That's final. My wife pushed forward. Baby, please, just let me explain. I was confused. I was having a crisis. I wasn't thinking. You were thinking clearly enough to lie about book club, to plan your meetings, to brag about it to your friends. You knew exactly what you were doing. It meant nothing. He meant nothing. Then you traded our marriage for nothing. Congratulations. Her mother tried again. Think about your children, the shame this will bring on the family. I'm thinking about myself for the first time in years. You should leave now. We're not leaving until you agree to counseling. My mother-in-law pushed against the door. I pulled out my phone. I'm calling the police. You're trespassing. 3 seconds. They left. Sunday morning, I woke up to discover my wife had made a Facebook post. After 23 years of marriage, sometimes people grow apart. I'm heartbroken to announce my husband and I are separating. Please respect our privacy during this difficult time. The comments were full of her friends offering support. You deserve better. His loss. You'll get through this. I didn't respond. Didn't post anything. Let people think whatever they wanted. My attorney called Monday. Her lawyer's playing hardball now, demanding half of everything, including your business value, claiming she supported you building it by managing the home. She stopped working 15 years ago when our youngest was in middle school. Doesn't matter to them. They're arguing she facilitated your success. Counter with the infidelity evidence. Already did. They're claiming no fault state. Doesn't matter. It matters to me. File everything we have. Make it public record. That's gonna get messy. I don't care. Update 2. 2 weeks later. The entitlement reached new levels. My wife hired a lawyer who apparently specializes in high-asset divorces, where wives deserve their fair share. Direct quote from his website. Guy's a shark too, just for the other side. They filed a motion for temporary spousal support, claimed she had no income and no access to money because I'd cut her off. Asked for $8,000 a month while the divorce was pending. My attorney countered with our evidence of the affair and pointed out she'd been using our joint credit card. Yes, we had one for household expenses. She had access to $15,000 limit, right up until I filed. She wasn't destitute. She was staying with her mother. Judge granted her $3,500 a month temporary support. Less than she wanted, more than I wanted to give, but at least it wasn't $8,000. Then the dirty trick started. Week 1 after filing, my business partner got an anonymous email claiming I was embezzling from our company. Completely false. We had to hire a forensic accountant to prove it. Cost us $12,000 and 2 weeks of stress. Never found who sent it, but timing seemed convenient. Week 2. Someone contacted 3 of our biggest clients claiming I was unstable and going through personal issues that might affect my work. 2 clients called me directly to ask what was going on. Had to explain I was divorcing and someone was trying to sabotage me. They understood, but still, the damage to my reputation was real. Week 3. My wife filed a restraining order request. Claimed I'd threatened her and she feared for her safety. The hearing was a joke. Her evidence? Me telling her to leave my property. Me changing the locks. Me refusing to communicate except through lawyers. Judge looked at her, looked at her lawyer, looked at me. Ma'am, Your husband filing for divorce and securing his property isn't threatening behavior. He's allowed to end communication during a contentious divorce. Denied. But she'd still gotten her headlines, her Facebook post, having to take legal action to protect myself. Pray for me. All her friends, stay strong. He's showing his true colors. Get everything in the divorce. My daughter called me upset. Dad, people are messaging me asking if you hurt Mom. What is she doing? She's trying to control the narrative. Ignore it. Truth will come out. This is insane. Yeah, it was. Week 4. My attorney requested my wife sit for a deposition. Her attorney fought it but eventually had to agree. The deposition was something. Her lawyer prepped her well. She cried. She apologized. She claimed she'd been emotionally abandoned in our marriage and sought comfort elsewhere. Then my attorney started asking specific questions. How many times did you meet with lover's name at his apartment? I don't remember exactly. More than 10 times? Maybe. More than 20? I don't know. Did you tell your husband you were attending book club when you were actually meeting lover's name? Yes, but did you tell your friends, and I quote, he doesn't suspect a thing, too busy with his precious investments and golf trips? Her lawyer objected. My attorney pulled out a transcript. We have a witness willing to testify they heard you make this statement. My wife's face went white. One of her friends had apparently flipped on her. Did you mock your husband's sexual performance to your friends while discussing your affair? I was venting. Girls talk. Answer the question, please. Yes, but it was just girl talk. It didn't mean. Did you tell your lover that you'd been happier these past 4 months than you'd been in a decade of your marriage? Silence. Mrs. Name, did you say that? Yes, barely whispered. My attorney smiled. Thank you. No further questions. After the deposition, my wife tried to approach me in the parking lot. Her lawyer stopped her, but not before she yelled, "You're destroying me. Is this what you want, to humiliate me?" I looked at her. First time I'd looked directly at her since that Tuesday. I want a divorce. You destroyed our marriage yourself. I'm just making it legal. I said I'm sorry. Apologies don't undo betrayal. They don't rebuild trust. They don't change what you did or who you are. I'm done. Got in my car and left. That night, her brother called again. Look, man, I know what she did was wrong, but you're killing her. She's destroyed. Can't you show some mercy? Where was her mercy when she was mocking me to her friends? When she was lying to my face every Thursday? When she was planning her next hookup while I was planning our retirement? People make mistakes. This wasn't a mistake. Mistakes are accidents. She planned this, repeatedly, for months. She chose this. Now she gets to live with the consequences. You're being cruel. I'm being honest. There's a difference. He hung up. The next escalation came from an unexpected source. Her divorce attorney filed a motion to access my business records going back 10 years, claimed they needed to properly value my business for asset division. My attorney explained, they're fishing, hoping to find something, anything, they can use to claim the business is worth more than our valuation, or find some financial mistake they can exploit. My books are clean. I know, but it's still invasive and expensive to fight. Fight it anyway. We fought it. Judge granted them limited access, last 3 years only. Still annoying, but better than 10 years. Then my wife's lawyer sent a settlement proposal. She wanted 60% of the house value, 50% of my retirement accounts, 50% of the business value, and $6,000 a month spousal support for 15 years. My attorney literally laughed when she read it. They're insane. Counter? Let's go hardball. She gets state minimum for a marriage her length, roughly 35% of marital assets, spousal support for 5 years max based on her ability to work, and nothing from the business since she never participated in it. Send it. The waiting game continued. Final update, 6 weeks later. We settled 3 days before trial. Neither of us wanted to drag this through court despite everything. Final settlement. House, I bought her out for 40% of the current value, $340. Kept the house. Retirement accounts, she got 42% of what accumulated during the marriage. Business, she got 15% of its value, $345, paid out over 5 years. Spousal support, $4,200 a month for 7 years, reducible if she remarries or cohabitates. She kept her car, jewelry, personal items. Total, she walked away with roughly $1.3 million between cash, assets, and future payments. Not nothing. Not what she wanted, but not nothing. My attorney said it was a decent outcome given the length of the marriage. I'd lose some wealth but keep my business and house. The infidelity evidence had helped. Judge made it clear he wasn't sympathetic to her position. The final hearing was quick. Both lawyers presented the settlement. Judge asked if we both agreed. We both said yes. He signed it. Done. Outside the courthouse, my wife tried one last time. Can we talk? Just for a minute? No, please. I just want to say, nothing you say matters. We're done. The papers are signed. Move on. Her lawyer pulled her away. She was crying. I felt nothing. My daughter met me for dinner that night. How are you really doing, Dad? Honestly, relieved. It's over. Finally over. Mom keeps calling me saying she made a mistake and you won't forgive her. She made dozens of mistakes over 4 months. I'm not required to forgive any of them. She wants to know if there's any chance. None. Tell her to stop asking. She made her choices. I made mine. My son called a few days later. Mom's moving in with Grandma permanently. She can't afford her own place yet with the settlement payout structure. That's her problem. She's telling everyone you took everything. She got over $1 million in 7 years of support. She'll be fine. Just wanted you to know what she's saying. I appreciate it, but I'm done caring about her narrative. Last I heard through the kids, the 32-year-old broke up with her 2 weeks after the divorce finalized. Apparently having a girlfriend who was broke, living with her mom, and came with massive baggage wasn't as appealing as the married woman fantasy. Her friends have mostly distanced themselves after the deposition details leaked through court records. Turns out publicly admitting to mocking your husband while cheating doesn't make you sympathetic. Her brother called once more. Asked if I felt satisfied with myself for ruining her life. I asked him if he'd feel satisfied if his wife cheated on him for months, lied about it, mocked him to friends, and then expected him to just get over it. He hung up. As for me, sold the house 3 months post-divorce. Too many memories. Bought a condo downtown, smaller, modern mine. Business is thriving. Turns out the rumor mill actually brought in some new clients who respected how I'd handled everything. Dating? Not yet. Not ready. Maybe not for a while, but I'm sleeping fine, eating fine, working fine. The rage is gone, the hurt is fading. What's left is just clarity. I spent 23 years with someone who treated our marriage as optional, who lied to my face repeatedly, who valued excitement over commitment. I didn't destroy her life. She made choices that had consequences. I just refused to absorb those consequences with her. Someone asked me last week if I regret how I handled it. The nuclear option, the quick filing, the hard line. No. The only thing I regret is not trusting my gut earlier. The distance I felt in our marriage? It was real. The sense something was off? Valid. The feeling she was somewhere else even when she was home? Accurate. I ignored those instincts for years, told myself I was being paranoid, that I needed to trust her, that I was overthinking. Never again. When someone shows you who they are, when they mock you behind your back, when they lie repeatedly, when they value their pleasure over your partnership, believe them and act accordingly. My ex-wife made her choice when she decided a 32-year-old's attention was worth more than our marriage. I made mine when I decided my self-respect was worth more than trying to save something she'd already destroyed. No regrets. The divorce is final. The settlement is done. The chapter is closed. Time to see what the next one brings. My wife called the police, reporting an intruder when I came home late from work as a prank. I was handcuffed on my own lawn while she laughed. I didn't laugh. I pressed charges for filing a false police report and handed her divorce papers in the morning. I, 35 male, work as an operations manager at a manufacturing facility. Been married to my wife, 32, for 7 years. No kids, thank God. Last Tuesday, I got stuck at work late. Equipment malfunction, had to stay until the repair team finished. Texted her around 9 p.m. that I'd be home by 11:30. She replied, okay. Got home at 11:45. Tired, ready for bed. Pulled into our driveway, grabbed my bag from the car, walked up to the front door, put my key in the lock. Then everything went sideways. Sirens, lights, 3 cop cars screeching into my driveway. Officers jumping out, hands on their weapons. Get on the ground, now! Hands where we can see them. I froze. Completely froze. My brain couldn't process what was happening. On the ground, I dropped, face first onto my own lawn. Keys still in my hand, bag next to me, hands yanked behind my back, metal cuffs clicking tight, knee in my spine, my face pressed into grass that I'd mowed 3 days ago. We got a call about an intruder, black male breaking into this residence. I live here. This is my house. Stay calm, sir. We're sorting this out. I could see my front door from where I was pinned. It opened. My wife stepped out. I waited for her to explain, to tell them I was her husband to fix this nightmare. She looked at me, at the cops, at me again, and she laughed. Not a nervous laugh, a full, genuine laugh, like she was watching a comedy special. "Oh my God," she said between giggles. "You should see your face." One of the officers looked confused. "Ma'am, do you know this man?" "That's my husband." Still laughing. "I called you guys, it was a prank." Silence. Dead silence except for the police radio's crackling. "A prank?" The older officer's voice was flat. "Yeah, he's always so serious. Thought I'd shake things up." She had her phone out, was recording. "This is hilarious." I watched from the ground as the officer's expression changed, watched him look at his partners, watched them realize they just responded to a fake call. They took the cuffs off me. Slowly, one of them helped me up. Nobody was smiling. "Sir, are you all right?" "No." My voice sounded strange, distant. "I'm not all right." My wife was still recording. "Oh, come on, it's funny, lighten up." The older officer turned to her. "Ma'am, filing a false police report is a crime. A serious one. It was just a joke. 3 units responded to this call. We thought there was an active burglary. Do you understand how dangerous that situation could have been? But nothing happened. Everyone's fine." I looked at her. Really looked at her. At the person I'd been married to for 7 years, who thought traumatizing me was entertainment. "Officer," I said, "I want to press charges." Her laughter stopped. "What?" "I want to press charges for filing a false police report." "Are you serious right now?" "Dead serious." "It was a prank. It was a crime." The officers took down my statement, took down hers, explained she'd likely be getting a citation, possibly arrested depending on the DA's decision. She went from amused to angry to panicked in about 5 minutes. I slept in the guest room that night, didn't say a word to her. Next morning at 6 a.m., I knocked on our bedroom door. She opened it, eyes puffy from crying. I handed her an envelope. Divorce papers. I contacted a lawyer at midnight. He drew these up as an emergency filing. "You can't be serious. Your prank proved something. You don't respect me. You don't think about consequences, and you think my fear and humiliation are funny. I'm done. Over a joke? Over your complete lack of judgment, empathy, and common sense." I moved to my brother's place that day. Haven't been back since. Update 1, 4 days later. The fallout has been intense. My wife has called me 200 plus times. I'm not exaggerating. 200. I blocked her number after the first 50. She started calling from other people's phones. Her mother, her sister, her best friend. Random numbers I don't recognize. The voicemails are wild. Started with apologetic, moved to angry, now cycling between both. Sample. "Baby, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to hurt you. Please come home." Next one. 2 minutes later. "You're seriously going to destroy our marriage over this? You're being ridiculous." Then, "Everyone thinks you're overreacting. It was one mistake." I haven't responded to any of them. The police citation came through. She's being charged with filing a false report, misuse of emergency services, and something else the officer mentioned, interference with police operations. Looking at potential fines up to $5,000 and possible jail time. Unlikely, but on the table. She showed up at my brother's apartment yesterday. Banged on the door for 20 minutes. My brother's wife called the cops. They told her to leave or they'd arrest her for trespassing. She left, but not before screaming that I was ruining her life over nothing. Her parents called me. That conversation was surreal. Her dad, "Son, don't you think you're being a bit extreme?" She made a mistake. She called armed police officers to my home and reported a false crime for entertainment. Her mom, "But she apologized. Isn't that enough?" "No, it's not. It's not. You're really going to throw away 7 years over one bad decision?" Me, "If her bad decision had gone differently, I could have been shot. Do you understand that? If I'd moved wrong, if the cops thought I was reaching for something, I could be dead." Silence. Her mom, "She didn't think." Exactly. She didn't think, and that's the problem. They tried the whole marriage is about forgiveness angle. I told them marriage is also about not traumatizing your spouse for internet clout. Yeah, turns out she was planning to post the video to TikTok. She told her best friend, who told my brother's wife, who told me. The whole thing was for social media content. Pranking my husband with the cops, or something. My lawyer says the divorce should be straightforward. We have some joint assets, the house, savings account, 2 cars. State law means we split things roughly 50-50. I'm fine with that. I just want out. My wife's lawyer, yes, she already got one, sent a letter suggesting we work things out and go to counseling instead of divorcing. My lawyer sent back a very polite, absolutely not. The criminal case is moving forward. She got a court date next month. Her lawyer is trying to get the charges dropped, claiming it was a misunderstanding and she had no malicious intent. The prosecutor's office isn't buying it. They've got the 911 recording, got her on tape telling the dispatcher there was an intruder breaking in, describing me, her husband who she knew was coming home, and giving our address. Then they have the body cam footage from the officers showing her laughing, recording, admitting it was a prank. Pretty open and shut. My work has been supportive, told them what happened. My boss's response, take whatever time you need. That's traumatic as hell. It is. I'm not sleeping great. Keep having this dream where I'm back on the lawn, but this time the cops don't realize their mistake. Every time I close my eyes, I feel the cuffs, hear the sirens. My brother asked if I'm sure about the divorce. What if she's genuinely sorry? She's sorry she got caught. Sorry there are consequences. She's not sorry she did it. How do you know? Because her first instinct wasn't to apologize to me. It was to apologize to the cops for wasting their time. Then she got mad at me for pressing charges. Never once did she seem to understand why having your spouse report you as a criminal might be relationship ending. He got it. Friends are split. My friends are on my side. Her friends think I'm overreacting. One of them texted me, "Don't you think divorce is harsh? It was a stupid prank that went wrong." I replied, "If your partner called armed officers to your home as a joke, would you trust them again?" No response. The house is in both our names. We'll have to sell it as part of the divorce. Market's decent right now, should get good value. I'm already looking at apartments for afterward. She keeps texting from new numbers. We can fix this. Please don't give up on us. I'll do anything. Except take accountability. Every apology comes with a but or an excuse. I'm sorry, but I didn't think it would be that big a deal. I'm sorry, but you're overreacting. I'm sorry, but everyone makes mistakes. That's not an apology. That's deflection. Court date for her charges is 3 weeks away. Divorce paperwork is filed. I've moved on. She hasn't. Update 2. 3 weeks later. Her court date was yesterday. I was there. So was she. And her entire family, and apparently half her friend group. The prosecutor laid it out plain, showed the 911 call recording, played the body cam footage, displayed the text messages she sent afterward, which I'd given them, where she bragged to friends about pranking me and how the cops were so mad, lol. Her lawyer tried to argue it was a momentary lapse in judgment, and she'd learned her lesson. The judge asked her directly, "Do you understand that filing a false police report diverts emergency resources from actual emergencies?" Her answer, "Yes, but I didn't think about it like that at the time. I just thought it would be funny." You thought having armed officers confront your husband in your driveway would be funny? I mean, when you say it like that, it sounds bad. It is bad. She got sentenced to $2,500 fine, 100 hours of community service, 18 months probation, mandatory counseling, anger management and decision-making classes, formal apology letter to the police department, no jail time, which honestly I'm fine with. I didn't want her locked up. I wanted consequences. This is consequences. Her family was furious. Not at her. At me. Her mother cornered me outside the courthouse. "Are you happy now? You've destroyed her life." I didn't destroy anything. She destroyed it herself. She made one mistake. One mistake that could have gotten me killed. One mistake she recorded to post online for entertainment. That's not a mistake. That's a character flaw. Her sister jumped in. "You're supposed to love her, through better or worse." Worse doesn't include calls armed police to our home as a prank. That's not in the vows. Her dad actually looked ashamed. Didn't say much, just shook his head and walked away. My wife tried to approach me. Her lawyer physically stopped her. "Don't, you're on probation. Any harassment complaints will violate it," she yelled across the parking lot. "I hope you're happy. You got what you wanted." I wanted a wife who didn't think terrorizing me was entertainment. Guess that was too much to ask. The divorce is moving forward. We've agreed to mediation for the assets. House went on the market last week. Already got 3 offers. We'll probably accept the highest and split the profit after paying off the mortgage. About $85 each after everything's settled. Savings account is being split. Cars are being kept by whoever's name is on the title. I'm keeping mine. She's keeping hers. Works out. She wanted the dog. We'd gotten a golden retriever 3 years ago. She claimed he was hers because she fed him more. I had receipts, vet bills in my name, license in my name, adoption papers with my signature. Dog stays with me. She cried in mediation. "You're taking everything from me." The mediator looked uncomfortable. "Ma'am, this is a fairly equitable split. He's taking my dog. The documentation shows." "I don't care about documentation. That's my dog." I stayed quiet, let her spiral. Eventually her lawyer got her to calm down. We settled. I get the dog. She gets some furniture she wanted. Fair trade, though watching her argue about a dog after what she did was surreal. My lawyer told me afterward, "I've never seen someone so focused on winning while completely missing why they lost." Perfect summary. The community service requirement is eating at her. She has to do it at a homeless shelter or food bank, has to log hours, get signatures. Her friends keep posting supportive messages. "Stay strong. This is so unfair." One of her friends actually commented on a post, "Can't believe he pressed charges over a joke. Men are so sensitive." My buddy replied, "Can't believe she called armed cops on her husband. Women are so entitled." He got blocked. Her probation officer already contacted her about violation risks. Apparently she missed her first counseling session. Claimed she forgot. Probation officer wasn't sympathetic. Told her if she misses another one, she'll face jail time. Suddenly she remembered all her future appointments. My therapist, yeah, I started therapy, says what I'm experiencing is betrayal trauma. That the prank wasn't just disrespectful, it was a violation of trust and safety. That processing it will take time. I'm working on it. Sleep's better. Not perfect, but better. The nightmares are less frequent. I don't jump every time I hear sirens anymore. Got approved for an apartment. Nice place, 1 bedroom, perfect for me and the dog. Moving in next month once the house sale closes. My wife texted from another new number. "Can we at least talk, face to face?" I replied, "No. Everything goes through lawyers. I miss you. You miss having someone to control and humiliate. That's not the same as missing me. That's not fair." Neither was Tuesday at 11:45 p.m. Blocked the number. Final update, 2 months later, divorce finalized last week. I'm officially single. The house sold. Got asking price. After mortgage payoff and splitting proceeds, I walked away with $83,000. Not bad. My ex-wife got the same amount. She immediately spent $15,000 of it on a new car. Posted photos on Instagram with hashtags like "fresh start" and "living my best life." Her best friend commented, "You deserve this, queen." Someone replied, "Didn't she just get convicted of a crime?" Comment was deleted within minutes. Her probation is ongoing. She's completed about 30 of her 100 community service hours. Posted a selfie from the food bank with the caption, "Giving back to my community." The comments were mixed. "So inspirational, isn't this court-ordered? Serving looks while serving others. You mean serving time, lol?" She deleted the post after an hour. The anger management classes aren't going well from what I've heard. My ex-brother-in-law, her sister's husband, reached out to me. We'd always gotten along. He said she walked out of the second session because the counselor told her she had impulse control issues and a pattern of seeking attention through inappropriate means. She claimed the counselor was biased against her and requested a new one. Probation officer denied the request, told her she'd complete the program with her assigned counselor or face violations. She went back to the next session. Her family's still trying to paint me as the villain. Her mother posts vague Facebook statuses about people who can't forgive and throwing away good things. Her sister sent me a long email about how I abandoned family and betrayed vows and how I'll regret this decision. I didn't respond, but her dad called me 2 weeks ago. That conversation was different. I owe you an apology, he said. I've been thinking about what you said, about how she could have gotten you hurt or worse, and I watched her these past months, watched how she reacted to everything. To the charges, to the divorce, to the consequences, and I realized you were right. About what? She didn't learn anything. She's not sorry she did it. She's sorry it backfired. She keeps telling people you overreacted, that you're too sensitive, that any other husband would have laughed it off. Yeah, that sounds about right. I raised her better than this, or I thought I did, but watching her now, I don't even recognize her. Everything's about her, about how she's the victim, about how unfair this all is. She hasn't once acknowledged what she put you through. No, she hasn't. I'm sorry I didn't see it sooner. I'm sorry I defended her. I appreciate that. For what it's worth, you made the right call with the charges and the divorce. I wouldn't want my son-in-law treating my daughter the way she treated you. That call meant something. Not enough to change anything, but something. I'm settling into my new apartment. The dog loves it. Big windows, good light, quiet neighborhood. I repainted the bedroom, got new furniture, made it mine. Work's going well. Got a promotion, actually. My boss pulled me aside. You've been handling a lot personally, but your work hasn't slipped. That shows character. We're bumping you to senior operations manager. Nice raise too. 15 Qley more annually. Helps offset the divorce costs. Dating? Not yet, not ready. My therapist says that's fine. Says I should focus on healing, rebuilding my sense of safety and trust. Maybe in a few months. My ex-wife is dating someone new though. Posted photos 2 weeks after the divorce finalized. Some guy she met at a bar. Her friends are all commenting about moving on. And new beginnings. I give it 3 months before she pulls something similar and he bails. Her best friend actually reached out to me. Asked if we could talk. I agreed to coffee. She apologized. I encouraged her. The prank thing. I thought it would be harmless and funny. I didn't think about how it could go wrong. I didn't think about you being terrified or traumatized. I just thought about the video. Yeah, nobody thought about me. I know. And I'm sorry. Really sorry. What she did was messed up. And the way she's acted since has been worse. She's not the person I thought she was. Are you still friends with her? Not really. After the divorce, she kept wanting me to bash you on social media, make posts about what a terrible person you are. I refused. She called me a bad friend. We haven't talked much since. Sounds like she's burning bridges left and right. Yeah, she is. We talked for an hour. She asked how I was really doing. I was honest, better than I expected, but still processing. She said she understood and that she hoped I found someone who treated me right. Decent conversation. Restored some faith in humanity. My brother threw me a divorce party last weekend. Just close friends, pizza, beer, video games. Nobody made jokes about the prank or the arrest. Just hung out, laughed, played games, normal stuff. One of my friends brought a date. She asked what happened with my ex. I gave her the short version. Her response, what kind of psycho calls the cops on their own husband for a prank? That's insane. Everyone agreed. My friend's date asked, did you ever think about forgiving her? Forgiveness isn't the same as reconciliation. I don't hate her, but I can't trust her. And you can't have a marriage without trust. She nodded. That's fair. The thing about betrayal is it changes you. I'm more cautious now, more aware. I don't assume good intentions. I verify. I protect myself. Some people might call that cynical. I call it learned behavior. My ex-wife completed another 20 hours of community service this week. Posted about it again. This time the comments were mostly supportive. Her echo chamber rebuilt itself. She texted me yesterday from yet another new number. I finally get it. What I did to you. How wrong it was. I'm genuinely sorry. I stared at that text for a long time. Thought about responding, about acknowledging her apology. Then I remembered her laughing. Remembered her recording while I was face down on my own lawn. Remembered her anger when I pressed charges, her entitlement in mediation, her victim narrative ever since. I blocked the number. Some people learn, some people change, some people genuinely grow from their mistakes. But some people just learn what to say to get what they want. I'm done trying to figure out which one she is. I'm in my apartment, My dog's asleep on the couch. I've got a beer, a good book, and complete peace of mind. No pranks, no drama, no fake 911 calls, just quiet. And honestly, that's everything I need right now. The divorce cost me some money, cost me a house I liked, cost me 7 years I'll never get back. But it gave me something more valuable, proof that I won't tolerate disrespect, that I'll protect myself, that I know my worth. She got her consequences. I got my freedom. Fair trade.